Okay, it is October 2022. The month, it will be my birthday, date 9 October. We are the guys who born in October. The guys that love God most are the guy that born, the guy that see this world in October. I will be celebrating my birthday. If you wish, just send me a gift. I will not be live, or I will not produce a video on that day. I will be committed somewhere. But from there onward, we shall be all people. We shall be getting here. We shall be analyzing the scriptures as usual. This now will be the place. Stay tuned daily, each week. At least something new shall be popping up on your screen. Okay, we Christian, as we pray to God, we normally pray for one favor from God. We normally pray that God to uplift us. We normally pray that one day we may see these things and say, indeed, God has done it. We normally say that as Christian, we have something that we shall look and say, indeed, God is the God of wonders. God is the God of miracles. And there's one mistake that we should avoid when God has decided to uplift us. So it's a mistake that we should flee from them, and they were committed with some of the people in the Bible, as the scripture says, and we shall avoid those mistakes. First, the mistakes, it was the Peter's mistake. Peter was among the most beloved disciples among the Jesus Christ had chosen. And we find that at the time Jesus Christ was now being crucified, the time when the Jesus Christ was now to fulfill what was written in the book of Isaiah, we find that Peter now arrived and to go to block Jesus Christ from going to complete his duties of sacrificial. So at that time, Jesus becomes so very much angry, and he called Peter a devil. So at that time, we realize that now Jesus has insisted in Peter. But at that time now, Peter was going beyond the expectation of Jesus. Now, we should avoid such like mistakes when God is uplifting you. We find that Judas Iscariot, when Jesus was choosing the 12 disciples, he came and he was also trusted in Judah. He takes Judah to be among his disciples. He takes Judah to be among the guy who is going to help him. He will take Judah to be his helper. But we find that the time reaches in that Judah decided to betray Jesus. Judah decided to betray Jesus. And he only did that, only 40 cents that he was given and come to betray Jesus. So when Jesus is uplifting you, we should not betray him. We should stick and listen to scripture. We should not even now decided to abandon some of the services. We should now stay and follow closer. At that time, the time that enemies now rise in our lives are now started to disapprove, decided now to come and started to came and decided even to take away our beliefs in God. We have someone, Lucifer. Lucifer was among the praising and worship the God. At that time he was at the heaven, but we find that Lucifer decided to compete with God. At that time, when Lucifer decided to compete with God, God decided to take him back to the ground. This now earth. Now, when God is uplifting you, let us not take all credit to be ours. Like, I bought a car, I did it myself. No, we should say that God has enabled me to have this car. You graduated, you say it is through my hard work. No, we should say that through God's favor, He enabled me to graduate. So we should not take all credit like Lucifer takes. He wanted to be so proud to say he was the only person who was singing the soprano. He was singing the soprano tender, even though he wanted to take the kingdom. We should not take everything like Lucifer did when God decided to uplift us. We should also stay and listen to what God says. Number last, today I will not just sit our chosha. I will just be brief, and we shall go back to the scriptures where we left. I remember those who follow me, we have already analyzed the chapter 1 and chapter 2 of the book of Daniel, and we are continuing now fully here. Every and each week we shall be making sure that we have analyzed at least 2 or 3 scriptures from the book of Daniel. Now, for the next video to pop up, I shall analyze Daniel chapter 4, of which it talks about King Nebuchadnezzar the second dream. We find that the first dream, Daniel give interpretation. Now that this is the second dream, now King Nebuchadnezzar is having another dream. Stay tuned, share the video. To those people who seems Bible is very difficult for them to read, just follow Mwaro Brian, follow Boaz, then everything shall be okay. We shall be analyzing these scriptures. Anything that you see that I have not elaborated it, drop in the comment. I will be reading and I will be rectifying the mistakes. Okay, so let us look for the last person of which we should avoid the mistakes when God is uplifting us. It's called Saul. Saul is among the king. When you read in the book of 1 Samuel, we found that God entrusted in Saul at that time that he gave him to be the king of the Israel, the king at that time. But we found that when he already now decided to king, he became so very arrogant. We all understand how King Saul behaved. So these are some of the mistakes that we should avoid when God is uplifting us. So thank you guys. Thank you for Let's continue to grow